Warning, the following video contains copious amounts of lore for the inheritance cycle by Christopher Paolini. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is happening, everybody? It's your boy back with a new video. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do, what kind of content I wanted to put out for you guys. I know some of you seem to like the Conan Exiles builds, and while I do plan on continuing to do those, I don't want my entire channel to just be Conan Exiles builds because I'm not that creative. And so I feel like I'm going to end up getting creatively bankrupt very quickly when it comes to what to build. And so I've been messing around with a few ideas. And what I came up with, something I've been playing around with a bit lately, is I just recently, a few weeks ago, got downloaded a PlayStation 2 emulator for my PC. And so I've been kind of going and reliving some old childhood favorites, just kind of going down memory lane, having a bit of a nostalgia trip. And so I thought it would be fun to do a few old PS2 games for the channel. So this is actually my second attempt at recording this because apparently the first time I recorded it, my mic wasn't set up correctly, and so nothing I said was captured. So we're going to try this again, and the game I'm going to be playing is the PlayStation 2 Eragon game. Now, I know a lot of people did not care for the movie that doesn't exist. The books are fantastic. If you're unaware of what Eragon is, it is, how do I explain this? It is probably the greatest modern fantasy story that is available today. It is the original series is 4 books. The whole series is known as the Inheritance Cycle. It was written by Christopher Paolini when he was, I believe he was 15 when he wrote the first book. And I mean, it's absolutely incredible. The 4 books are Eragon, Eldest, Brissinger, and Inheritance. Fantastic book series. They tried to make a movie adaptation of the first book. Gosh, I guess it was... It's been a while. It's been close to 20 years since they tried to do it, if not more than 20 years. But anyway, the movie took some liberties from the book, changed a lot of things to the point where doing a movie adaptation of the second book was impossible because they changed so much of what happens in the first book that making the second book happen. It very much had like the Percy Jackson treatment, or maybe Percy Jackson got the Eragon treatment. I don't know. I can't remember which came first, but I'm pretty sure Eragon came first. Anyway, so funnily enough, Eragon is actually supposed to be getting a Disney Plus TV show with the author, Christopher Paolini, as an executive producer. So I'm very excited about that. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. This intro has gone on for over 4 minutes already, so we're going to get into it. But yeah, so the video game is based off of the movie, but the game is better than the movie. It still has the inaccuracies and the inconsistencies, but it's just far more enjoyable. So without further ado, we are going to get into it. ...2006, so yeah, this video game is 20 years old. I don't know why this always gives me like Fallout vibes. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to do it on normal. And this is going to be a multi-part series. There are 16 levels. I think I'm going to do this in a 4-part series.
The kingdom of Alagaësia flourished, a time without tyranny or fear, when dragon riders filled the skies. But that time has long passed, and the ruthless Galbatorix now rules the land. And Durza, a wicked shade, enforces Galbatorix's iron rule. But the reach of despots is limited, and even Galbatorix couldn't touch one unsuspecting farm boy. A boy whose heart burned with hope and courage.
But yeah, I believe there's 16 chapters, 16 levels. So I think I'm going to make this a 4-part series, do the first 4 levels, then the second, and so on and so forth. But to give you an idea of the lore of Eragon, so the...
Wow, look at the weeds, they're growing back quickly.
Sorry, I locked in for a second there.
It's never easy, is it?
The lore of this world. So it's very much, it's high fantasy. You have elves, you have dwarves, you have men, you know, but it's not, it doesn't copy Lord of the Rings. You also have shades, which is what Durza is, which is basically a sorcerer who tried to take control of spirits, and the spirits actually take control of them instead because they weren't powerful enough to actually control the spirits. And you also have what's called Urgles, which are basically this universe's answer to orcs.
Come back here.
And then you have Kull. I shouldn't say, you know.
Jump, I could just reach that
I
ledge.
shouldn't say it's their answer to orcs. I mean,
I can't jump.
it's
I have to grab that
it's
ledge
pretty
to get
much
back.
the
Now, just
it's the
make
closest
my way
equivalency to orcs. You know, but like the books are
again. All you
very.
want. You'll still be on our table tonight.
Come up here and get this hidden egg. Every level has a hidden a secret egg, and I think if you get all of them, you end up like unlocking something.
Spine or no spine, I'm still coming. Got it. Little practice before I take the stack. I'll need to aim more carefully.
But yeah, so the books are very detailed in like the politics of this world. You know, you get to see how the dwarves rule their people, how the elves rule their people, etc., etc. The book, I cannot. It's not. The politics are not boring. But I cannot highly recommend these books
pointed
enough.
her finger at a simple farm boy named Eragon. A boy destined to change our world.
So to give you a little context of what just happened, Arya is the is the girl, the elf girl, who had the stone there at the beginning that Durzo, the Shade, was pursuing. She is basically an elf. Well, not basically. She is an elf, but she is essentially elf royalty. Her mother is Queen Islanzadi.
Eragon eventually discovered that what he found in the spine was
Elismira.
not a simple stone.
The
but
stone
an egg,
is a dragon
an
egg.
egg containing a small blue dragon. The dragon quickly grew, as did the bond between them, and Eragon learned that the two could communicate without speaking. Galbatorix, meanwhile, was furious that the egg was lost, and he commanded Doza to find it. He feared a new rider would strengthen the resistance, led by a group called the Varden.
See, here's the joke. The movie and the game make it seem like the egg was just taken from him. In the books, the egg has been taken from Galbatorix's stores for like 100 years. And that's the other thing, is like Galbatorix is effectively immortal because he is also a dragon rider. Dragon riders are inherently magical because of their bonds with their dragons. And that extends their life basically as long as they are not killed, or they don't receive like mortal injury. Like they can still die, but they're not going to die of old age. They are effectively immortal. And there's a whole bunch of lore that goes into that, but essentially I doubt that Christopher Paolini will ever see this, but I hope that if he does, that I'm doing his work justice, because it's such a good series, guys. I cannot recommend it highly enough.
In Eragon's hometown of Calvahal, the old hermit Braum told the story of Galbatorix's rise to power, how he betrayed and murdered the dragon riders of old. But such talk was treason in a land ruled with fear. Other sinister acts played out that very night, as Doza summoned his servants, the Razak, to scour the town.
This is another thing that the movie and the game get wrong.
You should have left the beggar alone. You'll hang for this, bro.
The Razak are not servants of Doza. They are
You're in trouble, kid.
very much their own. They're their own thing, and they do not look like that. If anything, they're far more terrifying in the books. They basically have hard carapaces over their bodies with large bird-like beaks on their faces, and they are dang near impossible to kill.
Help me! Over here! Almost there! Keep a lid on the little one! He's dead! Getting dark. You'll die for this, boy! Last mistake, boy! Die! King will destroy you! You're in trouble, kid!
I don't think I am.
Back off, drunkard! They killed him!
Sure did.
Keep a lid on the little one! He's dead! You'll die for this, boy!
I'm trying to think. I want to keep talking about lore while I play this, but I'm trying to also.
I need some help here!
But yeah, so basically,
I hope you rot it to hell. He's dead.
if you can imagine a cross between Lord of the Rings, so Lord of the Rings High Fantasy meets Order 66 of, you know, Star Wars. That is essentially what happens before the events of this book, like 100 years before the events of this book.
The Razak. Dares as devils. Hurry, or they'll kill us both.
Also, I will say the one thing that was really good
chest.
about the movie was that they had
Here's
Jeremy
another.
Irons as Brahm, which was just inspired casting, in my opinion. But anyway, it's just like my opinion, man. But there's just so much.
Urgles. Dares as henchmen.
Yeah, the Urgles just kind of look like giant men in this.
On the sea.
In the books, they're described as having horns, like ram-like horns on their heads. And like, they're very much displayed, like portrayed as having much more like animalistic features.
Block him! Great shot!
They have like jutting lower jaws. Jutting lower jaws, fangs. In the audiobook, which I've listened to a ton, they always are made to sound far more like simple-minded, but it's more of a like make them underestimate you kind of thing, or make you underestimate them, I should say.
This way is no good.
You
Let's
know,
head through the
they
smithy.
have a very garbled speech, you know, in their own tongue.
Use your bow to take him out.
In their own tongue, in their own language, they're known as the
Steady there.
Ulgragra. You know, when they refer to themselves, they're like, "We the Ulgragra." It's like, what? You know, I can't even.
Over there. Get him.
Okay. Hold on. There we go. See, I wasn't able to get this earlier. Because, like, I saw it and didn't realize what it was until it was too late. So.
I don't know about any blue stone! I swear! No!
How are we gonna get out? We can't get out.
We need to clear a path. Watch the blades!
out of there.
Brom and Eragon returned too late to save Eragon's uncle Garo. And realizing that a new dragon rider had been chosen, Brom led the distraught Eragon to safety.
So yeah, a lot of that what we just saw was pretty accurate. To the book, I would say. There's so much that you miss out on because they just take and cut out so much. But essentially what happens is Eragon finds this egg in the spine, and the spine it's a mountain range that the people of Carvajal believe is cursed, because a lot of folklore and, you know, there's so much backstory to try and unravel there, but essentially the people of Carvajal believe that it is cursed and people typically don't go in there. Eragon is an exception. He's not afraid of the spine, so he tends to go in there to hunt. So what happens is when Arya, the elf at the beginning, uses magic to send the stone, I'm not going to give away too much in case anybody wants to read the books. Don't watch the movie, read the books, or listen to the audiobooks at the very least. But essentially, she tries to send it to somebody, and it ends up going to where Eragon is instead. And at first, he thinks it is just a very valuable blue stone. In the books, it's described as being perfectly smooth, blue stone with white veins running through it. It's almost described like a marble type of stone, like a blue marble with white veins going through it. And he actually wonders if magic created the stone or helped to shape it. And because the stone does scare off the deer that he was hunting, in the books he's been hunting for like several days, if not longer. I need to reread the books. It's been a while. But he's been hunting for a little while, and so he has to concede that he has to go back home empty-handed. And so he takes the stone, what he believes to be a precious stone, to the butcher Sloane, and basically tries to say, I want to try and buy some meat with this stone. And Sloane accuses him of stealing it, and then he finds out that he got it in the spine, and basically says, I won't have anything to do with it. There's some backstory there. Sloane's wife fell over the waterfall in the spine and died, and so he hates everything to do with the spine, and there's a bunch to do with that. But in the book, there's a blacksmith, Horst, that basically overhears what's happening and offers to buy the meat for Eragon. And Horst is a very, well-respected member of the community, and he basically tells Sloane, you're not going to refuse my coin, are you? And Sloane realizes that he doesn't have a choice but to sell to Eragon, and Eragon basically promises to work for Horst to pay back the debt. So he takes the stone back to his house, and shows it to his uncle Garo and his cousin Roran. Roran is a huge character in the second book. And really, books 2 through 4, he's a major character. Not so much in the first book. He basically leaves to go to a different town to work for a miller in order to be able to afford to ask Katrina, which is Sloane the Butcher's daughter, to basically ask for her hand in marriage. There's a whole thing to do with that. You find out in the second book that as soon as he finds out that his father has died, which we just saw at the end of the last chapter, the last map, Uncle Garrow died because the Razak came looking for him, or came looking for Eragon, rather. And that's another thing. The Razak and Durza are never work together in the books. So, like, I didn't understand why they chose to make... the movie tried to make it a hierarchy. They basically said there's the king, then there's Durza, then there's the Razak, then there's the Urgles, and then there's the soldiers. That's not at all how it works in the books. The king uses Durza. Durza has command over the Urgles because he uses dark magic to influence their minds. That's not to say that Urgles are not bloodthirsty creatures. They are very much, but they're more... theirs is more of a, a culture of war rather than just... they do have culture. They do have, history and stories and lore and everything. So the books go so deep into Urgle lore. It's actually pretty interesting. And I realize, like, I could be playing the game while I'm explaining all this, but my brain will not let me do that, so I'm going to just finish up this part real quick. So, when Brahm discovers... So let me back up a bit. So Eragon, in the middle of the night, hears a clicking sound, and he had put the stone, what he thought was a stone, up on his shelf. And in the middle of the night, he's awoken by this clicking sound, and basically the egg falls, or the stone falls off of the shelf, and Eragon goes over to it and realizes that something is inside of it trying to get out, and that's when he realizes it's an egg. And then the egg hatches, and it's a dragon. And Eragon goes to, like, try and touch the dragon. And that's when you see that flash of light, that insignia on his palm. It's known as the Gedwe Ignacia. It is basically the mark of a dragon rider. And the way dragons hatch in this is actually very interesting. So the dragons made a pact with the elves centuries ago, like a millennia ago. And basically said that they would reserve eggs. I'm dumbing this down so much. Basically, they would reserve eggs for the dragon riders to basically... The dragons would choose when to hatch based on if the person they were supposed to be bound to was near. So basically, it's very much like a fate thing. So, like, if you were meant to be bonded to that dragon, the dragon will hatch for you. If you're not meant to be bonded to that dragon, there is nothing, like, you could have possession of that egg for 1,000 years and the egg will not hatch. Mind you, the dragons are able to remain in basically a stasis form inside of their eggs indefinitely until their rider is presented to, or until their egg is presented to their rider. And so that's why, like, Arya had the egg, had Saphira's egg for like 100 years. She would travel back and forth between Elismira and the Varden. Elismira is the land of the elves, which is up in the north in the woods of... Oh god, I'm blanking. Anyway, Maybe that's the magic of the elves preventing me from telling you where they are. But yeah, she would basically travel back and forth between Ellesmere and the Varden. The Varden is basically a group of rebels, for lack of a better term, that are fighting against King Galbatorix. King Galbatorix was a dragon rider, and he was very gifted and talented. And one day he goes out. I'm going to say this story, and then I'm going to get back to the game, because I realize that I'm lore dumping heavily right now. Galbatorix basically goes out with a few of his friends from the riders, and tries to wipe out an Urgle village. And unfortunately, they bit off more than they could chew. And all of the dragon riders and their dragons, except for Galbatorix himself, were killed, including Galbatorix's dragon. When a dragon rider's dragon is killed, it is essentially like half of their soul is no longer around. It's a very depressing, very sad thing to happen to anybody, and it's been known to drive dragon riders insane. On the flip side, if a dragon rider dies, his or her dragon will also die, because it is, that connection is so much deeper for a dragon that they literally cannot live without their dragon rider. So if a dragon rider dies, their dragon also dies. If a dragon dies, it's possible that the dragon rider will survive, but it's also likely that they will be driven insane, and if not, they are forever changed. And so that's what happens with Galbatorix. Galbatorix goes to basically the elders of the dragon riders and asks for a new dragon, asks if he can get a new dragon egg, and they deny him. And so Galbatorix goes on the warpath. He starts recruiting other dragon riders to his cause, basically saying that the dragon riders were stingy with their power, that they were flawed and needed to be uprooted, yada yada. And so he gets 13 dragon riders, who end up being known as the Forsworn, to rally to his cause. And he basically kills a dragon rider and forces his dragon, whose name is Shrukin, to be bonded to him instead, which is something that you shouldn't do. And it basically drove Shrukin insane, but it kept him alive and it kept him bonded to Galbatorix. So then Galbatorix overthrows the riders, there's a big battle, and he basically takes control of the whole land and crowns himself king. Continue. Anyway, there is so much more I could go into it. I could sit here and tell you the whole lore of the entire series, but I'm going to
Darrett's Docks.
continue the game now. I'm just so fascinated by this world and by this story that I really can't get enough of it.
Eragon named the dragon Saphira in honor of her eyes, which
That's also
sparkled with
not
bright
why
sapphires.
he named her Saphira.
And as they traveled the long journey to the sanctuary
He
of the
actually
Varden,
tries
Brahm taught Eragon the ways of a
He
dragon
goes to
rider.
Brahm and asks him to tell him, like, what were the names
They
of some
eventually
dragons,
stopped at the village of Darrett
and
for supplies. Little
to
did they
try
know
and see
the
if he
king's
could
forces
figure
were
out what her
lying
name
in
would
wait.
be. And he gives him a bunch of like names of well-known dragons, and as an answer to that, he calls her Saphira. And so when Eragon,
Fall back!
goes
They
to,
killed him!
he starts like trying out names for Saphira.
Watch out for the arrows! Off the platform! It's our only chance!
He starts like trying a bunch of the names that Braum had told him, and she ends up like, not liking any of them. And then he remembers the name that Braum kind of added under his breath, which was Saphira. And when he said about Saphira, she like he could tell that she visibly like.
I've got these. Let's
She was like,
clear
yeah,
them out.
that's. She's like, yeah, that's it. So he named her Saphira. You learn later on in this book, in the first book / movie / in this game, that Braum was also a dragon rider, whose dragon was killed by Galbatorix. Actually, it was not killed by Galbatorix. It was killed by Morzan, which was basically, you know how in Star Wars, Obi-Wan tells Luke that Vader was a pupil of his, and Anakin was a friend of Vader's, and Vader betrayed him and killed him, which we all know is like, you know, how that happened. But anyway, that's how it happens in this. Morzan and Braum were basically
We must keep moving.
students of the same. They were both students of the same dragon rider. Morzan became one of the four snow, and he killed Braum's dragon, which was named Saphira. And Braum actually looked up to Morzan like an older brother, and when Morzan killed his dragon, Braum took it personally and basically made it his life's mission to
Almost there!
basically ruin Morzan.
One more down.
Not bad.
He does eventually kill Morzan and Morzan's dragon, but you know it takes a
Good
while.
eye.
And yeah, I think
They killed him! There's more! Watch out! It's gone. Run! Help me! Over here!
you're dead.
We must keep moving!
Oh, that was sick.
I got one!
Oh, if only I was 10 years younger. I need some help here!
Racer!
Yeah, there we go. Magic.
You used magic. A gift all dragon riders possess.
But how?
Just concentrate. Quickly, the archers.
Stay sharp, son. Use your magic again.
Yeah, the way that they
Racer!
portray magic in this is so different than in the books. The magic system in this universe is actually very interesting. So it's based off of a few things. The ancient language, which is what he's speaking every time he uses a spell there. Every time you hear him say Raisa, that is the ancient language for basically rise.
Good work.
And so your ability to cast magic in this world is based on your knowledge. Oh, did I just get 2 with 1? That is sick. I didn't know I could do that. But yeah, your ability to perform magic is based on your knowledge of the ancient language, your ability to tap into magic, which is in the way Eragon describes it.
More of them!
Wait, hey. And you're dead. Cool. The way Eragon describes it is like there's a node of something in the back of his mind that he's able to interact with.
Use your magic here again. Now cut the line with a precision shot.
And boom.
1 arrow, 3 dead Ergos. I like that math.
Everybody, run!
Stand back. 1 arrow should do it.
And then we use the wreckage.
Not bad. For a farm boy.
Let's use it.
The force perspective in this game kind of messes with me sometimes. There we go. And got him. Got him. And okay. We're wasting time here, laddie. Alright. I'm keeping an eye. I know that the secret egg is down below me somewhere. I think it's right. Yeah, there it is.
There's more. Watch out.
Get them!
And you're dead. Oh, hey, buddy. You're gonna die now. Oh.
Hope you can swim.
Okay. So I have to go around this way.
Run!
And we're just gonna pick these guys off real quick. And then swing that around.
Older, true, but still spry.
And then Drop down, thank you. Nothing over here. Come on, you old man.
Cut them off! After them!
There's more. Watch out.
I see them!
Alright. We're just gonna come over here and grab our egg.
More coming!
Yoink. That. Whoa, hey!
Ah, nice.
Don't use your bow. It's time for another lesson in magic. Use magic on our foe, just as you did on that boat back there. Excellent! In a place like this, magic is far more accurate than a bow. Another! Use your magic on it, quickly!
Trista Vindre. Trista Vindre.
Excellent shot!
Alright. Grab that. And grab that.
Trista Vindre. Hope you can swim.
Let the magic flow through you.
Nicer.
Another important thing about magic in this universe is that it has a cost. So, like, it takes energy, it takes strength to be able to perform magic. So, for example, for Eragon, if he were to if he wanted to throw a stone with magic, right? And say he wanted to throw it
What's wrong, boy?
100... Shut up, Brom. Say he wanted to throw it 100 feet, right? That would take up some energy. But if he wanted to throw it a mile, that would take up significantly more energy. And the thing with magic in this universe is that once you release a spell, there is no taking it back. Basically, it's like words. You know, words play such an important role in magic and in this universe that, you know, so it's the same idea of like once you say something, you can't take it back. Once you release a spell, if you don't have the energy required for the spell, it will kill you. If you attempt a spell that is too much for your current strength, it will kill you. And you have to have enough wisdom to know what your strength is and enough knowledge of the ancient language and magic to know that, hey, this I am capable of performing this task. If not, you could very easily kill yourself.
Trista Vindre.
Use your magic to pull them down the chute.
Got it! Trista Vindre.
Your skills are growing, lad.
Trista Vindre. Trista Vindre. I feel better.
Darrett's Town.
Search all the buildings! The Dragon Rider is here somewhere!
The main gate is closed. We have to get to those towers to unlock it.
Our families are trapped, burning. Please, please help us.
Get to work, we'll help. Let's use these water barrels.
Get out of our town!
Help! I'm trapped!
Good aim!
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Toss them in the drink, boy.
For the king!
He's dead!
Keep working. The fire's almost out.
I got one!
Watch out for the arrow!
This one is put out.
Thank you!
Have a nice fall. I'm on fire!
Alright. That was fun. Stop him! Help me! Over here!
There's our way out of here. But first we have to retract those gate locks. Eragon, use your magic on the lock. We need to work our way to the other gate lock.
Alright. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom real quick. Alright, I'm back.
Help! I'm trapped! Help us put out this fire!
We've got to save him.
Leave us alone, you animals!
Nice.
Defend yourselves, men! Yes, I see them! What on earth is that? Careful, more water here! Pathetic wretch! He's gone!
I feel better.
Rista Vindre. The fire's almost out.
Your skills are growing, lad.
Praise be! The fire's out! Many thanks!
I hope you rot in hell. Ah, nice. So long, friend.
Shoot them through the gaps.
Much better.
Creative use of magic.
Leave us be!
Wretched Ergos.
Shielded soldier, your first real challenge. Observe your foe. Look for a hole in his defense. If necessary, use your magic to make one.
Trista Vindre.
Protect the villagers. They suffer because of you. Yes, use your magic.
Protect me!
The fires are almost out. The entrance is clear. Now we can move. We need to break through it.
Where in your debt?
Watch it! The building's unsteady! Chop through that beam! Good aim!
Okay, it is where the egg is. I saw it. It's just a matter of actually being able to get to it, because that is such a hard. Yes. Don't go out there.
Use your magic again.
Beautiful!
Whoa!
Nice grapple!
Wretched swine! You won't get off this island alive!
Right, sir.
He's dead! You're ours, traitors! You won't get off this island alive!
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Let's go, now!
Alrighty. Well, that's where I'm going to cut this episode, this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hey, what is up, guys? So I realized as I was editing this video that my mic quality was kind of not that great. I need to adjust some settings to make sure that everything goes smoothly. However, this was my second time recording this video, so I didn't really... I couldn't bring myself to do it a third time just because my mic was acting funny. But essentially what I was saying here at the end was that I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video, and that I realized that I basically had a great big lore dump happen mid-video. I did put a timestamp in there if you needed to, if you were uninterested in the lore. I totally understand. Well, I don't understand because it's freaking fascinating, but anyway, not the point. But I did put that in there just in case anybody was more interested in the video than the lore. If you are interested in the lore of this video, I highly recommend checking out the books themselves. Again, it is The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. The books are Eragon, Eldest, Brisingr, and Inheritance. Brisingr is spelled B-R-I-S-N-G-R. B-R-I-S-N-G-I-N-G-R. Anyway, if you look up The Inheritance Cycle, you'll find it. That being said, I do have a bunch of other PlayStation games that I will be doing in the future. I have a bunch. I have the first 2 God of Wars. I have the first 6 Harry Potters. I have the 3 Lord of the Rings games that are associated with the films. I have a bunch of stuff. I have Ghost Rider. I have Splashdown Rides Gone Wild. I have Hot Wheels Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. MX vs. ATV Unleashed. MVP Baseball 2005. MX vs. I already said that one. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 1 and 2. Ratchet and Clank, all 3 Ratchet and Clank games, or the first 3, I should say. So yeah, I've got a ton of games that I plan to do in the future, as well as if anybody has any requests, or I should say, put down in the comments what is your favorite PS2 game that you played growing up as a kid, if you're my age. And what is a game that you would enjoy seeing me play? Put that down in the comment section, and if I can find it, which I have a pretty good source for games, so if I can find it, I will do my best to get it and play it for you guys at some point. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me till the end of this video. I realize this one's kind of long, and this is only part 1 of 4. So again, I appreciate you guys coming and checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, hit that bell notification so that you will get notifications when I upload a video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button to let me know. I mean, if you enjoyed it, I would hope that you would like the video, just simply because it's free. It does help out this channel, and again, it doesn't cost you anything. So I do appreciate every like, every comment, every view that I get. I absolutely appreciate every last bit of it. So yeah, without further ado, have a good one, and until next time, peace.